back at you live. Had to get off the last one, man, because I was at 1%. I had to come in the crib, dog, and then I plugged the phone up. My cord, man. I had to plug the phone up, dog. I was at 1%. So I appreciate all y'all that was in a deep conversation with me about life. Y'all was asking me all kinds of questions. If you're still online, your boy is back. If you're still online, your boy is back. I'm back with a vengeance. I still got questions to answer. So I hope y'all still there. I had to get offline because, like I said, my thing was beeping. I was at 1%. Salute. Yes, sir. We back at it. Salute. Let me see if I can pull this a little closer so I can see it a little bit better. Yeah, man. I'm back online. I had to come in the crib. I was outside. The mosquitoes were starting to tear my head up. And you know what I'm saying? So we talking boxing talk. Y'all, let's talk some boxing talk. What y'all want to talk about? It's your boy Coach. I had to hit y'all live again, bro. I had to hit you live again. I'm in the crib. Yeah, people like to ask a lot of questions, man, about my life, about what's going on in the world. I'm gonna put it where y'all can see what I do up in here every day. Philly Shell. All right. How much sparring do you recommend for us 40 plus folks? I would say when I owned my gym and I had a lot of guys in the gym and they wanted to spar, I would only tell them, man, you have one light sparring day and one little heavier, but not a banging session. Because the whole thing is, you don't want to get hurt in sparring. You ain't getting no check and you ain't getting no trophy. So you don't want to get hurt in sparring. So with that being said, you know, one light day and one not so light day, maybe a little bit more technical. But the light day should be light. It should be you and your people and y'all putting together a little strategy and you're working on some things. Because that's what sparring is. Sparring ain't just going out there just throwing punches at somebody. It's about working. It's about working. It's about two guys that are equally yoked, equal talent, working with each other, trying to get each other to the next level. Lamar Lewis, appreciate it. Any more questions? Please give them to me. Like my sister, she got a PhD. And I say, dog, you smart as crap. She said, no, PhD just makes you know where to find the answer. That's where you're going to find the answer. Let me see. In one sense. It says N19 ENCE. The technique and is still effective. Saw some history on Jack Dempsey. Salute, coach. You keeping the discipline alive. Yeah, man, we got to keep it alive. It's a lot of guys that came before me that knew twice as much as I knew. But because I'm 57 years old, I've been around a lot of guys for 30, 40 plus years that taught me the game. And now it's my time to teach the game. That's what it is. Remember, I'm not up here to get no accolades. Y'all might see trophies in the background and medals in the background, but I ain't here to get accolades. I'm here to get you accolades. That's what we here for. We here for that. People think I'm in the Army because they see my Army shirt. No, I'm not in the Army. My son is in the Army. I got another son that was in the Navy. My son that's in the Army is a human resource specialist. He boxed and did karate. And my other son is an intelligence specialist for the U.S. government. He was in the Navy. He was IS in the Navy. So, you know, we did, and both of them did 10 years of karate and 10 years of boxing. Lamar Lewis, thank you. Thank you for logging in. And if you were already logged in, thank you for logging back in. I appreciate it. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Dog, every comment helps. Every stipend helps. $1, $2, $5, man, I'm just my job, player. Anybody giving me anything, it's going to go out to good, bruh. It's going to the good. And never mind, you know, we always got folk that like to get online and talk nonsense about nothing. They're all looking for the wrong thing. You know, it's most of the time, unfortunately, it's young people. And I ain't saying that every young person up here ain't doing right, but a lot of times you get a young guy that ain't got nothing better to do. He sit at home and he do this. He ain't going to no gym and work out. Because when he start doing this, he going to get this. And y'all know how it go. All y'all seasoned veterans out there, y'all know how it go. You know, ain't nobody gonna walk in the room and start talking trash to the Rock. I don't see you. You ain't doing that no more. That's gonna be the end of that. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep it 100. We got some haters, and haters is a good thing for your business. A hater can make you go mainstream. A hater can hit your page so many times that you go mainstream. You go, yeah, look, you get a blaster. You be out there, you got 10,000, 50,000 views. I got 800,000 views on one video talking about the long hook. The long hook. It's a video on my channel right now. It's called How to Throw the Long Hook. It's got over 800,000 views in less than 60 days. And how did that happen? Because people hated on it. They told me you can't do it. It's impossible. The long hook is whack. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just kept going and kept going and kept growing and kept growing. The news is fake for Prime Lennox Lewis versus Prime Ali. Who you got? Ali at his prime was a monster. That dude dance, player. I mean, he danced a muck on you, bruh. It is what it is. He can dance. And you gotta remember, he was tall, he was fast, he was big, and he talked. So people don't understand the talk game. Talk game talk you right out your game. You know, that's why when you see a certain guy come in and he don't say much, you just get that look, you're like, I ain't messing with that dude. That dude is pretty tough. And you know, everybody know. You know what they say. You know who's who in the zoo. The jungle. You know who's who in the jungle. Lions know the lions. Gorillas know the gorillas. Art of war. I see you, player. Ben, I see you too. Jack Johnson and Ali are my favorite fighters. They was real fighters, man. Ain't no diluting them from back in the day, bruh. When these guys came to fight, they came to fight. Hey, look, it was what it was. I mean, like Roberta Duran, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard, it was what it was. All true grit. You ain't saying nothing but the truth there, player. All true grit. I like boxing, man. I talk about a lot of things from karate to judo to jiu-jitsu to wrestling to grappling. You know what I'm saying? I like it all. But boxing, it's just something about boxing and being able to use them hands. Mayweather versus Sugar Ray. That's a good one. You know, people like to think that Sugar Ray would have beat Mayweather, but I don't know. Mayweather was a beast. I mean, Mayweather, he was the carbon copy of his dad and his uncles, only he was a perfected carbon copy. Tommy Hearns was a sniper. That dude, body work expert. That dude worked out, though, big time. Hey, coach, can you comment on the Latin fighter slip game versus the discipline in the U.S. cities as comparison with video of the modern fights like Hector Camacho? I mean, I liked everybody. It don't matter if you was Latin, because I like guys that move like Hector Camacho, like Sweet Pea Whitaker, or guys that had hands like Chocolito. That was one of my dudes, Chocolito. I watched him for a long time. I don't care what denomination you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what background you come from. I just care if you can fight. Willie Pep. I like Willie Pep because he could move. Y'all seen the Drunken Master? The Drunken Master? Google him. That dude could move, and you didn't know where he was coming from. Prince Ali, or Prince Salim, or whatever his name was. Prince somebody. That boy was bad. You know what I'm saying? Ocho Cinco. Hey, man. Ocho Cinco, my dog, man. Why you jiving? Hey, coach, I like your videos. Been watching a lot lately. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do, bro. Sasquatch versus Tyson. Hey, look, Sasquatch. Sasquatch was bigger than Tyson. Hey, he hit harder. Man, nigga, you remember, y'all seen that thing they were talking about? One gorilla versus 100 men. Hey, man, a gorilla is strong, bro. I ain't messing with no silverback gorilla. And if you do take him down, it's going to take 50 of y'all. But guess what's going to happen to the first 20? They're going to get pummeled. Sweet Pea was nice, man. He went to a gym not too far from a crib, dog. Is 54 blocks a real thing or not? Yeah, it's a real thing. Everything is a real thing. I mean, somebody put it together. Somebody made it work. I remember guys in high school, man. This is back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. Guys was doing this. Hey, look, everything work if you use it. Do you think Ryan Garcia can actually fight or overrated? I think Ryan Garcia is a great fighter. I just think Ryan Garcia wants to fight people that his team didn't want him to fight, which means it's certain people out here that have a style. Styles make fights. And that's why you have certain fighters that won't fight against a guy with a different style until he's perfected his own style. I think Ryan Garcia jumped over the fence too quick. Otherwise, he would have been pummeling people from a long time ago. Ryan Garcia could be 50-0, but they kept trying to put him up against people like, you know, uh, Devin Haney and Tank. He beat Devin Haney, but he was allegedly doped up to do it. So, that ain't saying much for Ryan Garcia. But I think Ryan Garcia is a heck of a fighter. I think he got fast hands. I think he hit hard. I think he stand up too upright. He stand too like this. They teach us not to do that in boxing and karate. Never lean back. You just lean forward, move. But he don't got that kind of rhythm it's like some people. Let's say Dylan Fuller. Heck yeah. I know what you saying about, man. Say everything you say is just making so much sense. It turns me on. Yeah, man. Hey, look, life. People don't understand, bro. Life. When you've been around for a while, you see the simpler side of life. When I was younger, everything looked complicated to me. And then when you get older, it starts to simplify itself. It's like math. Adding and subtracting. If you learn it right, then multiplying and dividing gonna be easier. Yeah. Say Roderick. I understand your comment about the 54. Yeah, that's and the 52. It says Matt Ward. I'm a Golden Glove champion 2 years in my weight class. I like your style. I like your style. Remember, you the one that's a champion for 2 years. So much respect. My hat goes out to you, bro. I'm gonna keep praying that you keep being a champion. That's what it takes. Then all of a sudden you're gonna be pro. And then all of a sudden you're gonna be the next guy that we up here talking about. Guys gonna be asking me if I know who you are. Fundor versus Thurman. Oh, let me go back to this. Effective 52, 54. Yeah, it could be effective. Anything could be effective if you train it. You got to train it. I mean, when we played dice or when we played jacks or when we jumped rope and did the hopscotch, everything is effective when you train it. There's no such thing that can't be effective if you train it. Now, as far as you said, Fundor versus Thurman. Hey, look, Keith Thurman think he got a strategy to get past the long arms. But so did everybody else. The only thing Fundora take away that I wouldn't have taught Fundora to do is I wouldn't have taught him to bang. Because when you in on a bang, you got to be in on a bang. I'd have had him distance. I'd have had him shooting them jabs from a distance, shooting them long arms from a distance. Do like 6'6". Keith Thurman like 5'7". It's going to be a bad day for Keith Thurman unless he get on the inside and stay there. And it's going to be kind of hard because you don't think that guy. The thing about fighting, you don't think Fundora's coach is thinking about how Keith Thurman's going to get in and trying to keep him out. Just like you don't think Keith Thurman's coach is saying he's going to keep you at the end of the jab and we're going to get in to get to that jab. It's a whole lot of thinking going on. It says the 11th hill. If you had to run 11 hills, by the time you got to the 11th one, bro, you done. I ran some hills, and by the time I got to the 5th one, I was done. Let me see. What do you say? Hey, I'm in the Army trying to get on the boxing team. I feel it's the only thing that's going to keep my head on straight. Well, then get on it. Get on it. My son got to a base, and my son was a decorated amateur and had just signed his pro card. Couldn't get a pro fight at the time, and then decided to go in the Army. But he hadn't had a pro fight, so he could have still fought amateur. Just because you had a card don't mean nothing if you didn't fight yet. But he went to Germany, but he went to a base that don't have no boxing team. So yeah, I don't know if he even want to still do it. I mean, he still train. He trained like I do, 7 days a week. But that's up to him. People ask me, why'd you talk him into it? No, because that's your life. Remember, it's your life. I had my life. I did what I wanted to do in my life, but now it's his life. He got to do what he want to do with his own life. But get on that boxing team, dog, and don't stop until you find it. I think the fight with Tyson and Jake was fake. Oh, wait a minute. Was fixed. What do you think? I don't think it was fixed. I just think it went where it went. I just think we expected a different mic. And the mic that we got wasn't the one we expected. We expected the old mic, Iron Mike. Iron Mike is no longer iron now. He's tin Mike. He's aluminum Mike. He's older. I mean, he's supposed to be that way now. Just like Mike and Roy Jones. Neither one of them was top of the game at this time. That's why it's funny to me that Roy Jones is talking about Mayweather. Roy Jones can't beat Mayweather now. Roy Jones can go back down to 160. He still can't beat Mayweather now. He's talking slower, moving slower, and acting slower. He ain't. He was losing before. At the end of his career, he was losing. I like Roy Jones because he's a monster, but I don't think he can't beat Mayweather now. All you need is 5 fights to turn pro. You don't need no fights to turn pro. I don't know who told you that, but I'm gonna give you some real information on this channel. You don't need no fights to turn pro. I've known guys that stepped. Matter of fact, Julio Cesar Chavez, y'all know who he is, the Mexican fighter. His son, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., never had an amateur fight. Went straight to pro. Layla Ali, if she had any amateur fights, it was like very few. I don't think she had any either. I'm not sure, but I don't think she had none. I think she went to pro. But my son knew a guy. I knew a guy that went pro with 0 fights. Yeah, it's all about boxing. Boxing, the amateur career thing and the pro career thing, they totally different. I mean, in amateurs, your coach got to have a coaching license. To stand in the corner, to climb in the ring, got to have a coach's license. In the pros, your coach don't have to have a license. He gets a license the day before the fight. In pros, you don't have to have an amateur record. You could just fight. As long as you can look like a fighter, act like a fighter, train like a fighter, fight this much, you can fight. How do you think these guys are getting 10 and 0? Because people are buying them fights. And then when they get 10 and 0, they become a prospect for someone else. I could tell y'all about the fighting game. Y'all ain't gonna understand it. It's crazy out there. It's a lot of your favorite fighters fighting guys with 3-31 records. Hey, look, building up their repertoire, building up their resume. So don't get it twisted. I would suggest you have 5 fights, but you don't have to have 5. Oh man, hey look, Julio Cesar Chavez was a monster. He didn't care. He just wanted to fight. Chocolito is a monster. Those guys go toe to toe, blow for blow. After Ali and Tyson, Money Mayweather is the greatest. I mean, everybody had their time. Muhammad Ali was out there in the 70s, early 80s. I think he was, I remember 76, he fought a wrestler. And people forgot about that. Mike Tyson fought I think 2010, he fought a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And now when Javante's fighting Jake Paul, it's a problem. Man, people been doing this before them. They didn't figure out how to make money. It's 34 too old to start sparring at a gym. It's too old to start sparring if you don't know who you're sparring. It's not too old to start training and then work your way up in the sparring. Start off with the C-level guys and work your way up. Don't think that you can just jump in and start sparring with a guy that's been in the gym for 10 years and he could be 16 years old. He'll beat the slam stew out of you. And it'd be your fault because we all have a choice. We all have a choice when to say yes or no. Say no. Get a year worth of experience. Spar with guys that are on your level, that started when you started, that think like you think. Otherwise, they're going to use you as bait. But no, it's not too old. Once you go pro, you can't fight amateur. You can't fight amateur no more once you go pro. You can sign a pro contract. You can sign a pro license. You can never have a fight. And then you can go back to amateurs. But as you took that first fight, you can't go back. Are those medals behind you? Yes, they are. The problem with amateur system is that you end up having to unlearn a lot of habits you develop in the amateurs. I think the amateurs is detrimental in some ways. The amateurs is detrimental for you to understand what boxing is about. But understand that what you do in the amateurs is not the same thing you do in the pros. But you can take a large percentage of your learning to the pros. A large percentage of your learning can go with you to the pros. It's just that the scoring system is a little different. The hype is a little different. The way they teach you how to settle down and throw body shots, the way you get to time your in the amateurs is 3 rounds. In the pros, it could be 4 to 12 rounds. You get to space it out. So yes, it's a lot different when it comes to that, but the gist of it, punching is punching, blocking is blocking, moving is moving, training is training. If you didn't cheat in the amateurs, then you shouldn't cheat in the pros. Let's see. But you do get bad habits from the amateurs because you're fighting a lot of guys that never gonna do nothing other than put on a pair of gloves and climb in the ring to fight amateur. Starting my training at the moment. What's the first good warm up on the punching bag? Straight punches, just straight continuous, bringing your hands back to here and just straight punching them out like this and turning your body and turning your hips, just straight punches. Because the whole thing is you're going to get tired, and that's what you want to do. You want to get tired and want to rebuild these arms and shoulders over and over again. And work on the jab, because that's the one thing you're going to need throughout your entire career is a jab. Hold your hands up, shoot it out, bring it back. Yeah, Sweet Pea Southpaw, great movement. I watched him, man, half of my life. He was the guy that kept us excited about boxing. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I mean. My bad. Is it too old at 34 to start training to fight and spar? Yeah, yeah. No, it's not too old. Amateur boxing goes from 19 to 40. That's amateur boxing. And there's been people. If you look at the record, Bernard Hopkins became the world champ, the oldest world champ at 49. So yeah, you get back in the game and start making it happen. Old is gold. Hey, look, old is gold, baby. You older more of your life than young. I think what you mean to say is when you can sit back and look at you spent more years here than you have left. Yeah, it's a reality. It's a reality for everybody. Remember, the goal is not is you can't prevent dying. The goal is how you die. That's the goal. How do you die? Do you die because you're unhealthy and you just fall out on the floor? Or do you die because you're losing arms and limbs because you're diabetic? Do you die because you got cancer and your body just withers away? Or do you die because you get hit by a car? Or do you die in a fight because you was doing something to somebody that you shouldn't have been doing? I mean, or do you just get old? Like Eddie Murphy, like Richard Pryor said in Harlem Nights, he told Eddie Murphy, he said it's cool to die 85 years old with your kids and grandkids around the bed. It ain't cool to die at 30. You said, how's Jake Paul in a different weight class than Javante Davis? How can you still fight? Because it's not a sanctioned fight. It's a celebrity event, meaning it's like a backyard party. It's like two guys just fighting in the backyard. Ain't nobody, it ain't gonna count against their record or none of that. But because the public want to see it, it's a gimmick. You know what a celebrity event is? It just raises money. And the same thing, Muhammad Ali fought a wrestler in 1976 called the War of the Worlds. Mike Tyson fought a wrestler in WrestleMania in 2010. Both of them got paid. All of them got paid. Same thing with Javante Davis. You don't have to be the same size when it's not a sanctioned fight. Meaning the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, the LBC, none of those organizations. They don't have to, nobody sanctioned it. It's just a straight celebrity event. But it's a lot of money. 30, you talking about 30 to 50 million per fighter plus pay-per-view. Man, these guys gonna get paid. Jake Paul is probably one of the richest boxers in the world. He one of the richest boxers in the world. That I ain't gonna say that don't box, but y'all get what I'm saying. When did you start boxing? I started boxing at about 15. I was already in karate, and the guy, I went around the way, and the guy jokingly told another guy that was shadowboxing. That guy was older than me. His name was Ronnie Massenberg. He was just shadowboxing. And the guy, they were about maybe 21 or 22. I was like 15. And the guy says, I bet you can't do that shadow boxing against that dude right there. Because they knew me. Most people in my neighborhood knew me from karate. I was pretty fast, pretty slick, pretty thorough, quick kicking and all that. And he came over to me, and I thought he was coming over to start trouble. And he says, you take karate? And I said, yeah. He said, well, let me ask you a question. How do y'all punch? And I said, first punch or just kind of bop, bop, bop. He said, let me show you something. He had held his hands up. He said, hit my hand. He said, okay, now do this. Okay, now do that. And then we kind of played around with it for a little while. And then the next day he said, what you doing tomorrow? I said, nothing. He said, come on around 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock I came. And that's how I was. The game started right there. One day after about 3 months of him getting my hands right and playing around with me and, just having fun. We just having fun with each other. He was asking me questions about karate. I was asking questions about boxing. I came on the way one day and I asked the guys where was he at. They said he had got locked up. He had a probation violation. So they told me where he was. So the next day I took the car and I went down. I was 16 then. I took the car and I went to the jail and I went to see him. And when I went to see him, he told me he had got locked up and he was going to be going away, blah, blah, blah. And he told me about this guy named Abdul Muhammad that ran this gym in not too far from where the jail was. And he says, when you go in, just tell him I sent you. So the next day, I went in and I said, hey, I'm looking for Abdul Muhammad. They pointed him to me. I walked over. I told him what I was there for. And I told him Ronnie Massenberg, but they didn't call him that. They called him Snake. I said, Snake sent me. He said, Snake sent you? I was like, yeah. He said, put your hands up. I put my hands up. He said, hit my hand. He said, 1, 2. I said, pop, pop. He said, 1, 2, 3, pop, pop, pop. He said, yeah, Snake sent you. He said, go get dressed. I said, well, I don't know how much it costs. He said, don't worry about it. So from that point on, I started boxing, and I became like a student teacher. So basically, anybody that came in the gym that was brand new, that didn't know much, he gave them to me. He said, you train them. You get them ready for me. And that's kind of how it was. And I spent my whole life being that kind of guy. So I never just beat up people. I mean, I had my moments, but I was more of a boxing instructor, a teacher, a boxer that was a teacher, like a student teacher. And so I kind of corrected everybody because I couldn't box somebody that couldn't box because I didn't want to take advantage of them. I wasn't in the shady business. I wanted them to have what I had. So if I outboxed them, I looked like a boxer. I didn't want them to, and I'm out there cat, 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 cat. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be real. So that was the game. And so, that's how my career started. I made guys better. Let's see. Sweet people is the truth, definitely. What is going on with the Golden Gloves and giving these young kids an avenue to the fight game, as well as bringing a better to the crazy fight promotion business, managers and promoters? Well, the Golden Gloves have been around for a long time. It was supposed to build fighters to the point where you could take a guy that won the National Golden Gloves and make him pro. But a lot of people, unfortunately, just like winning medals, just like winning trophies, they got day jobs. And what the promoters are paying fighters to start, not everybody's getting a contract with Top Rank or Golden Boy. Some of them are getting these subsidiary companies, these smaller companies. Like it's a company in my neighborhood that's a smaller company, and it's called Ponytail Promotions. And although he do well, he make you $2,000, $3,000 a fight, but it's not enough for you to live off of. So then you got to go get a job. So some people feel like the work they got to put in to be a boxer, it ain't worth it for them. So hold on one second. All right, y'all, I'm back. Gotta get my Wonder Juice. Gotta get my juice. It's just a rehydration drink and water. But man, my throat was getting dry. Now y'all gotta remember, I trained for 3.5 hours, ran 3 miles at full speed, 7:47 a mile for 3 miles. Then came home and hit the bag for an hour. Then came in here and sat down and still talking. I'm supposed to be quiet by now. Let's see. thought the oldest was George Foreman. I don't know how old George was when he regained his titles, but I know Bernard Hopkins was 49. Hold on. I got my other phone. Let's see. Let's see. For the people. Google. George Foreman age when he won the title. He was 45. George Foreman was 45 years old when he won the heavyweight title for the second time by defeating Michael Moore on November the 5th, 1994. That is the exact year that my son Nick was born, 94. Born November the 16th, 94. But November the 5th, 1994 is me and my oldest son's birthday, November the 5th. Oldest son was born in 1992, 1994. 1992, but November the 5th. Let's see. And let me go back. Bernard Hopkins' age when he won the title. He was 46. So he was 1 year older than George. But that just goes to show that the age don't matter. You can still get it done. Let's see. Spitting knowledge. Real world fitness. What's good? Not sanctioned. Yep. Yeah, man. I hope the Tank rock him too. While you jiving, it's gonna be fun. But you gotta remember, if Tank get beat up, then Jake Paul gonna look like a superstar. But if Tank beat Jake Paul, Tank gonna look like a superhero because of the size difference. He might not get humiliated, but he definitely getting paid. Coach, I mentioned the slip game for my reasoning of watching the style difference. Oh yeah, it's different. Everybody got a different slip game. Like Oscar De La Hoya, he was decent. He could move around. He knew exactly Trinidad. I like Hector Macho because that dude was flashy, fancy, fast. But then come along Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea moved and grooved in the whole nine. But the slip game is real good. If you know how to put punches behind those slips, then you're gonna do a lot of work. Custom Motto took a lot of stuff from karate to make the peekaboo style. Yeah, people don't understand these arts. Bruce Lee took multiple arts and made his art. That's what it is, man. That's what I tell people. You know, a lot of guys that took karate during the time when I was an instructor, they came in only wanting to learn one or two things that they could use that would work. They didn't want to learn all the katas. So my thing was go to kickboxing. You want to learn all the katas. How old am I? MB 123. I'm 57 years old. Man, you working. Yeah. Advice for someone struggling with addiction. Put it down. Hey, look, there's no way to say this easier. Put it down. Whatever you're struggling with, put it down. I mean, I used to drink every day. I'm talking about I used to come home and drink a 40 ounce of Coke 45 or Old English 800 every day. I had to put it down because it was changing my life. It's like a domino. You drink and everything else goes sour. Everything goes to the left. So you got to put it down. Yeah, look, you got to pray for help. You got to do all the right things to stay away from it. You can't hang with people that's whatever you're addicted to. You can't hang with people that's doing that because you can't get away from it. It's been plenty of times. I mean, something as small as a honey bun. I was addicted to honey buns. I want the big jump. You know what I'm saying? The big jump, about that thick. You know what I'm saying? But you got to walk past it. You got to walk past it. I ate meat my entire life. Chicken, seafood, some steak, some burgers, my entire life. And at 46, 47 years old, cut it out cold turkey. Sometimes you just got to want it more than you want to mess it up. Christ is Lord. Amen. Could I beat Jake Paul? No. I ain't going to try. I'm 57. I'm not 27. I'm not 30, Tank's age. I don't see the point. Hey, look, he can hurt me, I can hurt him, but what's the point right now? I ain't gonna fight for no money. It's gonna have to be a better point than that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm 57 years old. I'm 147 pounds, bro. 145 pounds. Has anyone in MMA ever won the belt in their mid 40s? I don't know. Let's Google. Anyone in MMA won belt older age? Oops, misspelled age. Let's see. Randy Couture won the belt at 43 years old and defended it at 44. Yep. So Randy Couture, 43. Hey, look, it's real talk, man. Hey, look, appreciate y'all giving me the donations. Appreciate y'all hitting the like button, but please make sure y'all subscribe. That is the important part. All right, there we go. I think I might have lost y'all for a second. But like I said, thank y'all for hitting the like button. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for giving me donations. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to hit the like button. Please continue to leave a comment. And please hit that notification icon so every time I'm online, you can be notified. Now, with that being said, let me read some more of these. Great advice, brother. MB123. Brock Lesnar. That was a monster. If God was real, why did he allow me to eat 10 racks of beef ribs? Hey, it's free will. God doesn't stop you from doing anything. Tell you the results of what can happen when you do it. But remember, we have free will in this world. That's why a guy can take a gun and put it right to his head and pull the trigger. Can't stop you from doing that. You have the will and the right to do anything you want to do with your life. Our job, if we talk in Bible talk, is to tell you what's right and wrong, to explain to you what the ramifications are when you do things like that. I would tell you if you eat 10 stacks of ribs, or when you say 10 racks of ribs, beef ribs, I would tell you that it's not healthy. Now, you might say, whatever. Well, that's life. I can't control when you don't follow, but I can give you the advice. What they say, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. That's life. Speaking of drinking, I gotta drink some of this rehydration drink because me being rehydrated. Excuse me. I hate when they compare MMA with boxing. It's ridiculous. It's not the same thing. MMA can't live in a boxing world like boxers can't live in the MMA world. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it goes down wrong. Are some Carters useless in my opinion? Yeah. A lot of twisting and turning and yeah, yeah, and yeah, and yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't understand. I'd rather just yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather keep it get right down to the right down to the nitty gritty. Tamika Allen. Hey, it's a young lady up here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking your time and sitting here and listening to this mess. But appreciate you being online. I know my camera went off a few minutes ago. I don't know what happened. Do I think you're either born a fighter or not? No, I think you can be taught to be a fighter. Real talk. I had two sons. We was at a karate tournament one time, and both of my sons was winning. And one of the master instructors came to me and he said, "Your sons are good." He said, "One is good because that's what you teach him. The other one is good because that's what's in him." And he ain't lied. One son was just a firecracker. The other one was everything you wanted the son to be if you taught him how to box or you taught him karate. He did everything by the book. So if he lost, it was my fault. Because I didn't teach him enough. But the other son just pummeled people. You know what I'm saying? It was different types of people. Ha! Ether. I appreciate that. Descended to such a level of mastery that he cannot be perceived by the mortal eye. Boy, that's what I'm talking about. That's a heck of a statement, bruh. Real talk. Yeah. Man, I'm learning a lot of stuff about these phones. Cause you know, bro, I don't know too much about these phones. But I'm learning how to turn things off, turn things around. This right here, I think, that's showing my living room, but it's showing the camera stand. Okay, yeah, this back on me. Yeah, I seen the US dollar showing New York getting nuked. Crazy, man. Hey, look, it's crazy how stuff is, man. It's some stuff going on that we don't even know about. What are your thoughts on grappling arts? I like grappling arts. Jiu-jitsu. They got this other art, man. I can't think of the name of it right now. Crave or something like that. Man, look, I don't know all the other arts, but man, some of that grappling, jiu-jitsu, keto, boy, like Steven Seagal throw you around the room, bruh. I love that. Diving into the mind of fighters. Yep, delusional in his work and his mind, but turned into really ended up being a star. Yeah, he was a little delusional. Krav Maga. Yeah, Crave Maga. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That joke's crazy. You see that, man? I saw some of the moves. Them dudes be working, dog. Hey, look. That's why I do what I do. Boxing, I can stand back and peck you apart. Hey, look, I ain't letting you get close to me. You get to grab, that's what hands going. I'm trying to throw them hands, bro. We ain't doing no grappling. We doing these grappling with these jumps. Like the ghetto boys say, put them fifth board bees on them. Huh? What? Yeah, I like the keto, man. Yeah. Well, nah, you don't gotta have delusional belief, but you gotta not care about hurting people. Yeah, you got to. Hey, look, man, I didn't want to hurt people sometimes, bro. Sometimes, man, these guys come out there, you know they ain't on your level. You know when somebody ain't on your level. That's why you chump people. I was gonna use a P word. That's why you chump people. You know what I'm saying? You chumped them because you knew they weren't on your level. Hey, look, they can't. What they gonna do to you? You know what I'm saying? I was always a thug coming up, man. I walk in places, man. People know me, and I was like, but I use that to my advantage sometimes. Sometimes I just didn't want to fight guys, man, because some of these guys can't fight. And then when you beat them up, what you gonna get? Nothing. You ain't get no trophy, you ain't no award. You just get another name in the street that you already had anyway, and then somebody else gonna want to try you tomorrow. So sometimes it's better to walk away from a fight than to always be in a fight. I just didn't. I don't want that life all the time, man. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want that life all the time. Sometimes I want a simple life. I want to go home and go to sleep, take a nap, and not have to worry about somebody shooting up the side of my house. What do I think the worst advice that is commonly given in boxing? The worst advice is you don't have to run. Shadow boxing don't matter. The bag don't hit back. Uh, Throw the right Mike Tyson haymaker. Those are all the bad things that I've heard people say, and all of it's stupid. I'm putting you like that. It's not silly. It's stupid. It's because everything works, but you can't. The bag don't supposed to hit back. And shadow boxing ain't stupid. That's how you work on your moves. That's how you're mental. It's like meditation for a boxer. The worst cliches told in boxing: size don't matter. That's why when we used to go to boxing sparring sessions, and my sons was 130, 126, and 130. And they'd always, because my son that was 130 was so good, that he was so fast, that they wanted him to spar guys that was 160. Oh, they almost the same size. No, they not. He got him by 30 pounds. So he not sparring him. And that's how it go. They thought, oh no, but he can help, you can help him grow. Like, now you can't, you're gonna get him hurt. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, man. I was that dude that had a reputation that, it ain't always good. People think being a thug and having a good reputation for being able to fight or not being afraid to fight, they think that's good. That ain't good. That get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Because if they can't beat you, what they gonna do? Ain't nobody gonna take no L's. This is 2025. Nobody take no L's no more. You beat up a guy now, he go right to the car. Yep. I tell you, shadow boxing don't work. It is goofy because how you gonna? It's like I said, it's like meditation for a boxer. But look, I gotta get ready to go now. Yeah, wife about to come home. She gonna come busting up in the crib like, yo, what's good? And I'm gonna be sitting here like, I need to take a shower, so we can get ready to have our what we call family TV time. Me and her just watching TV, eating dinner. Y'all know the deal. I know already did all my work. I work out the whole time she gone. She left here at 7:30 this morning. I started working out at 8 o'clock this morning, and now it's 5 o'clock. I done worked out, went running. I did everything but go biking because it's about to rain. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all logging in. I appreciate the conversations we having, and please log back in tomorrow. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's do it again. But don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And please don't forget to hit the notification icon because I don't know what time I'm coming up here. But if you hit the notification icon, when I log in, you will be here and I will wait for you. So with that being said, thank you. God bless you. And I hope y'all have a great night.